Welcome friends in our Panasonic robot training how to use the Teach-Pendent. This is the part 26 and today we discuss status input output to be allocated to user terminals. First, display status input output dialog box. Second, select a status input output to allocate to the user input output terminal. Here you can see a image of status input output to be allocated to user terminals. Here you can see click set input output and status input output procedure. Here you can see item emergency stop output, weld of individual error output, program reset input, out reset input, OPR hold output, external restart input, error input hold input logic arc on output, window change key switches the active cursor, emergency stop output close. Next one, a table of status output and description. Emergency stop output, its image is given here. You can see in this emergency stop output, valid invalid output terminal 0 none browse OK cancel. Description: the signal is output when the emergency stop is in on state. The signal is turned off when the emergency stop is released. Note: in teaching mode, if the dead man's switch is off, the emergency stop output of the safety card and the emergency stop output of the status output do not correspond to each other. In such case, the emergency stop output of the safety card goes open and the emergency stop output of the status output goes off. Next one is weld off and its image is also given here. Weld off input valid invalid input terminal 0 none browse. Weld off status output valid invalid output terminal 0 none browse OK cancel. When this input is received, the robot goes into the weld off state and outputs the signal. The output is turned off when the weld off state is released. Supplementary notes: it is not possible to release the weld off state by operating the Teach-Pendent. Next is individual error output. Its image is also given here. Individual error output valid invalid status error output isn't turned on when individual error occurs. Error code and output terminals are given here. The signal is output when a specific error occurred. Up to 50 errors can be allocated. The output is turned off when either the error release input is turned on or the error message window on the screen is cleared. Status error output isn't turned on when individual error occurs. Select it not to turn on the error output when the errors specified as individual error occurred. Another one is program reset input. When the input is received, it closes the running program. The input can be received under the following conditions. The robot is in hold or emergency stop state. The program start method is set to auto. In auto mode, if a file is opened while this input in the on state, the file is closed as soon as it is opened during operation. If the robot goes in a stop state with this input on, the running program is closed at the same time as stopping the robot. Output reset input. Its image is given here. Output reset input valid invalid input terminal 0 none browse OK cancel. When the input is received, the user output program reserved output and output strobe are reset. Once the outputs are reset, the each terminal is switched to the state at power on. Display input output terminal. Here its image also shown. In out. Supplementary notes: the input is effectively only in auto mode. The input won't be received when a file is open. In other words, the input can be received when all files are closed after completing a program. Status outputs such as allocated outputs for cube, monitor or allocated status outputs for user terminals are capable of receiving inputs. However, they cannot be reset. To reset an output in teach mode, click reset icon on the display input output terminal screen. Next one is home return output. Its image is also given here. Home return output valid invalid output terminal 0 none browse OK cancel. Valid invalid specifies the valid of the function. Output terminal specifies the output terminal name. to be allocated to the user output terminal. It outputs the signal to the specified output terminal when the robot reaches the home position after executing go home command. The output goes off when the robot moves out from the home position. Once the output is turned on, the output remains on even if the robot goes in an emergency stop state. The output goes off when external access, that is a mechanical component of the program, go home command is in execution, moves out from the home position. This home return output has priority over the input output lock. That is, when this output is set valid, the output is turned on although input output log is activated. If the go home command is executed while the robot lock is active, the signal is output to the specified output after the robot reaches the home position with internal processing. So friends, here we end this session of our Panasonic robot training, and further information we will discuss in our next video.